This girl just throws a bone into the dog bowl, but the next second, it unexpectedly hits the head of an ancient general. Everyone thinks it's an assassin's surprise attack, but upon closer inspection, they realize it's just a large bone with meat on it. They haven't had a full meal in a long time seeing such a big bone. They all think they're seeing things. But the general, believing it's a divine blessing, immediately writes a letter and places it in the treasure bowl to thank the gods. However, the ashes from the paper fly into the girl's face, making her furious. She picks up a dog food can nearby and throws it in. Still not satisfied, she throws all the dog treats from the table into the bowl. Instantly, the hungry soldiers are overjoyed. They can't even remember the last time they had meat, and even the strange metal tin is filled with the aroma of meat. They think it's heavenly food. The girl, having thrown so many things into the bowl, realizes it still isn't full. She has no idea why this is happening, so she starts pouring dog food in frantically. After emptying 20 bags, the bowl is still not full. Meanwhile, the general, seeing the bowl filled with dog food, is thrilled and quickly begins distributing it. But even then, it's still not enough. What they really lack is water. The girl tries to fill the dog bowl. She opens the faucet and continuously pours water into it, but it still doesn't fill up. To figure out what's going on, she decides to keep the faucet running. Meanwhile, the general is praying to the gods for a water source and vows to serve them for life. Suddenly, water gushes from the treasure bowl, and everyone is overjoyed. To thank the gods, the general kneels in front of the table for 3 days and nights. When the girl wakes up, she sees the dog bowl empty and fears something evil is inside. In a panic, she kicks it away, and to her shock, a blood-ridden letter falls out. The letter contains a prayer from a general, describing the severe drought, the countless starving citizens and soldiers, and how desperate he is. He has run out of ideas and can only hope for the gods' help. The girl doesn't believe it at first, thinking it's a prank, and casually tosses the letter aside. She looks at this strange bowl and plans to throw it away directly. However, the kind-hearted girl hesitates, wondering if the letter might be true, so she takes the bowl to the warehouse, deciding to dispose of the expired food left by her parents. This girl throws all the food in the warehouse into the dog bowl. The next second, the food is neatly placed in front of the general. To thank the gods for their blessings, the general organizes the soldiers to offer precious items, including his jade pendant, which he places in the treasure bowl. Soon, these items are delivered to the girl's home. Looking at the gold bars in the bowl, the girl is pleasantly surprised. When she touches the jade pendant that still has some warmth, she's a bit puzzled and begins to wonder if someone truly exists on the other side. The girl tries to shout into the dog bowl but doesn't get any response, so she decides to go to sleep. The next day, she takes the gold bars to a master for authentication. The master confirms that they are real. Then, she hands over the jade pendant. The master gets excited instantly and says that it is very rare. He quickly takes out a history book to compare it and finds that it belongs to a short-lived ancient general. He congratulates the girl for acquiring a priceless artifact, as that dynasty only existed for 60 years. The girl is shocked. Looking through the history book, she finds that the general died of drought. She immediately recalls the blood-lettered message and realizes that it was true.